we got to do better than this. We really got to do better than this, family. And I say this out of sheer love and admiration for my people and wanting my people to do better. Because we have a church's chicken worker by the name of Anitria West who was unalived, and what the media is saying was over a food order, a dispute over a food order that happened with this woman, Monica Williams, down there in Memphis, Tennessee. Insane. It's really saddening though, because this sister right here, she had a 12-year-old daughter, an ex-husband who was trying to get back with her, a whole life on her hands, and now she can't even be there for her daughter, and her daughter got to go without having a mom in her life over something so small and minute. A lot of time nowadays, a lot of people, case in point, this Monica Williams, do things half-assed without thinking. You know, one little getting caught up in the moment could wind up and you losing your whole life. Now, two lives is going to be lost. Both of these black women lost their lives over something that could have been prevented. You know, and this was evidently, from what I'm gathering from the family and the news, this was really a good sister right there who was always in service to the family, and that's why always in service to her family, her loved ones, and even her community. And that's why she even took that church's chicken job to be in service to people. And from what I gathered, what basically had happened was this sister was working at the church's chicken. Monica Williams must have came through at the drive-through. Then some dispute must have happened over the order or something like that, and she went outside to catch her breath. Anitria West went outside to catch her breath, and next thing, the rest of the employees know, they heard gunshots and came out and seen her laying there, insane. So I guess the ex-husband of Anitria West, he was saying that he don't believe it was just off of a food order. He don't believe it was something smaller just off of a food order. He believed it was something deeper than that. Something was said, and who knows really why it happened. But even if it was something deeper than that and something much more was said, you know, it's still kind of all stemmed off of a food order, which is just insane. You know, people do things nowadays without even thinking and using their mind. And me being a content creator that brings upliftment and empowerment to my people, the foundational Black American community, sometimes it's hard in doing this because we gotta expose the underbelly of things to get to the greater good, so our community could go on to do great things. And this is one of them videos because I gotta talk about something that, you know, is really saddening, and expose this type of mindset so we can get to the empowerment part, so we can go on to do good things. Because I know this ain't the mindset of most of my people, because a lot of our people nowadays is getting on code and uniting, but this type of mindset does still exist, so I got to expose it, you know. And then it was saddening to see this Anitria West, her 12-year-old daughter was on the news, and she was talking that she hopes this Monica gets all she deserves and she dies, and she was saying that from a place of hurt and pain. And I feel where the young sister was coming from in saying that, because now she got to go on without a mom, and she was saying that all she wants is her mom back, crying. It kind of got me all soft in the inside, you know, for this young girl losing her mom, because you know she's going to have a long road on her hands. But her father's still in her life, and her father said he was actually going to try to get back with his ex, but now it's too late, and he said he got to break the news to this young sister's mom, who I guess is out of town, you know, on vacation, that when she come back, she gonna learn that her daughter ain't here. She don't even know that her daughter has been taken. So yeah, it's just a sad story all the way around the board. And down there in Memphis, evidently, I guess it's like a lot of homicides going on down there right about now, and it's impoverished, you know. And most times when you go into black communities, it's impoverished, and that's done by design. This is why we need to get them reparations popping in a certain degree. We got to get them reparations popping so we can build and put resources in the community. Because anytime you depriving a community of resources, you know that's the stem of a lot of things. And they said it's a lot of mental health going on down there. People probably can't even, got access to things because the community is impoverished. So whenever you got this going on, a communities impoverished, a lot of times you find all types of things going on in that community. That's why we got to get our stuff popping to where, though, we get these reparations checks and we can start, really flooding the community with resources, because they're not going to give us resources, and that's done by design. See, when they talk about crime, I like to expose what's the elements that make that crime, the impoverishment, because evidently it's a high homicide rate down there in Memphis. I like to talk about the elements that make them. Don't just tell me there's crime. Now, what is making the elements that make crime? Because you go to these nice neighborhoods, these wealthy neighborhoods, people that in the dominant society live in, you find them aligned with resources, this, that, and the other. But when you go to black communities, most of the time you find them deprived of resources. And this ain't no coincidence. It's done by design because the government is putting resources in certain particular neighborhoods, zip codes, while leaving other people out. Yeah, but it's just, I digress. It's just a sad story all the way around the board. And, the husband was saying, hopefully, this Williams, and gets what she deserves, and hopefully anyone aiding and abetting her gets what they deserve. And I stand in agreement with that. Hopefully, and she's still on the run. Matter of fact, hopefully they catch her and she gets what she got coming. Because you can't just go on unaliving people without thinking. You gotta be smart. You can't just do things half-ass. And that's a message to the young people and people in general out there. Think about your move before you make them, because one little wrong move you could wind up in losing your whole entire life. Now, two lives will be lost. And just think about what you're doing before you make these moves. And may this Williams get whatever she got coming. And my condolences goes out to Anitria West's family, and may she rest in peace. And I want to say, keep your head up to her young daughter, and hopefully the road gets a little bit better for you, young queen. Just my thoughts on the matter. Peace.